Welcome to part 29 of Wind Waker. We are now in the boss room of the Earth Temple, and it's filled to the brim with Poes, which are solid, and we can kill them, right? Right? Well, apparently I pretty much pushed my luck because they suddenly become transparent and are combining inside this giant mask to form this big old Super Poe. And turns out he is the guardian of the Earth Seal, Jalhala. Now, what you want to do to attack this big Poe is to head for the nearest batch of nearest sunlight and reflect the light onto Jalhala. And once he becomes solid, he'll fall to the ground and he'll be stunned. Now, use the opportunity to pick up Jalhala and toss him to the nearest spike column, and he will split apart and back into a bunch of the little Poes. And then what you want to do is Hurricane! Yeah, folks, if you have the Hurricane Spin, attack the little Poes that make up Jalhala, and this boss will be finished in no time. Although I disregard my own advice later on. Anyway, once Jalhala puts himself back together, he will breathe a fire at you, so you want to get out of its way. Now, for some reason, every time after we split them up, the entire room becomes lit and all the Poes become solid. So, yay! All right, let's do this. And as you can see right here, here's the downside of the Hurricane Spin. It makes Link all dizzy, and it leaves him vulnerable to attack. And just like here, I missed an opportunity to slaughter a lot of Poes. I have to say, the boss music is kind of goofy when you think about it. I mean, there's the accordions and xylophones. See, it doesn't match the mood at all. Alright, let's take this guy out. Let's see here. No gutters, no gutters, no gutters, and strike! Now, depending on how many Poes you kill, it's kind of inconsistent because, well, you kill a bunch, you're fine. You kill just one, it reforms, no problem. So, yeah. Jalhala's primary attack is to come towards you. You will glow purple, and if he manages to land on you, you will become cursed. By that I mean your controls will be screwed up. You know, up will become down, and so on and so forth. And he will also shoot fire from his lantern, like just juggle his lantern, and bam, fire. Now here's a little thing: as you kill him more and more, the batches of sunlight will alternate. It will change from position to position, and that can be quite annoying. And here's another attack Jalhala can do. He can blow wind at you, trying to knock you into the spikes, but you can get that out of the way easily. And if you have the hover boots at this point, I believe you can. Well, you'll be safe. Now here's where I should have killed him, but unfortunately I didn't. Now, here's the thing. Pay attention to, let's see here. Yeah, pay attention to the colors of the remaining two Poes right here. Yeah, apparently, for some reason or another, it takes at least 2 more Poes to form this big, giant Super Poe thingy. Yeah. Alright. Alright, you're not scary. You're more annoying, and ow! Alright, let's kill you once and for all. Yeah, so overall, this guy's not that troubling. Just pay attention to where you are, avoid them at all costs, and you should be fine. And look, the color of the Poes have changed. Continuity, folks, continuity! And with the last Poe dead, the mask will reappear, and in a panic because it has no more Poes to form a body, it will try to run away, but then it will get caught for some reason in sunlight and die. But Poes can't really die. I mean, technically Poes are ghosts, which means they're already dead. So I essentially sent him into nothingness, oblivion, help them move on to the next existence or something. Anyway, I don't understand this stuff myself, but yeah. Anyway, it's gone, and we can claim our heart piece. Yay. And then once we get the heart piece, head towards the Triforce symbol in the middle. And here comes a cutscene. And look at that! Look at that! Where did all these skulls come from? Clearly I've destroyed a whole bunch of them. Oh well. Okay, here we go. Performance time. And from the top. Alright, we are halfway there, and all that's baloney. And of course, the hilt of the Master Sword now becomes the way it was, the way we remember it in Ocarina of Time. So, yeah. So, of course, Medli advises us to go to the Wind Temple, and in fact, we are going to enter the Wind Temple by the end of the video. Hooray. So, goodbye, Medli. Have fun in this deep, dark room, in this deep, dark temple, praying for power to the Master Sword. So, bye. And of course, Medli gives us some advice about checking up on the Prince Komali. And in fact, I will be doing so before I head to the Wind Temple. Yeah, I want to see how the guy's doing. Now, that musical piece, that duet between Laruto and Medli, that was beautiful. See, that was so touching. I mean, it brought a tear to my eye. It was pure art. I mean, seriously, again, I like to stress out that I love the music of Zelda. I love it, especially the 3D Zeldas. And I keep rambling on about that. I'm sorry. It's just the music is so good. Okay. Alright, so let's see how the prince is doing now that Medli is going to be down in the Earth Temple for an indeterminate amount of time. Oh, and by the way, before we get to the prince, if he knows that the mailbox up there, it will be wiggling, which means Link has something. Now, there's a thing I don't understand. How can a mailbox for Link anywhere on the Great Sea, like, how can Link get mail from anywhere on the Great Sea? I mean, seriously, Link goes to a random location, Outset, Bomb Island, and a postbox will be wiggling, and it'll be, hey, it's for you, Link. Here, take it. Maybe the Rito are secretly tracking Link, because they're great postmen, by the way. Now, speaking of postmen, we got a letter from the postman's trainee, Baito, or Beto, or however you want to pronounce his name. And of course, he keeps admiring you, keeps you to push forward, and that's good. Also, it's a $10 charge to get the letter, but he gives us 20 rupees, so we're going to make $10 in profit. Anyway, you come up here, we're going to find the prince, and he has in his hand a flower that he wants to give to Medli. Aww, he has a crush on her. too bad because, again, she is in the Earth Temple for who knows how long. Now, I'm going to make one more stop before I get to the Wind Temple. And it's Bomb Island again. The reason, one of the treasure charts I got at the Earth Temple, it leads here, and it's another heart piece. And, well, another heart piece would be beneficial because ultimately it will lead me to my final heart. So, yeah, treasure chart number 20 if you want to know. Fishing. Alright. We all know the drill. Get it. Got it good. And with getting of this heart piece, we are only 2 more away from getting the complete heart set. So, yay. So, now it's off to Gale Isle in Quadrant D1. The location of the alternate entrance to the Wind Temple. And really, Gale Isle for the Wind Temple? Can you be any real subtle, Nintendo? Real subtle. I mean, it's just as subtle as having Headstone Island for Earth Temple. But, I'm rambling again. Anyway, as you can see here, there is a major gust of wind that will blow Link back out into the sea unless we equip the iron boots. And then once we have the iron boots, we're just going to walk over to the source of this wind and destroy it. Clang, clang, clang. So yeah, I mean, you can go to Ice Ring Isle if you haven't already to get the iron boots, but if you did what I did and get both the power bracelet and the ice and the iron boots, we can head straight here after the Earth Temple. So yeah, and with one whack, the source of the wind is destroyed. And how can that little stone that had so much wind produce this big powerful gust? I mean, of course, this is a magical land. I shouldn't try to put real world logic into it. La la la. Oh boy, another stone slab with a bunch of notes. Here we go again. And with that, we learn the Wind God's aria, and we're going to meet the former sage of this temple. Oh my, it's a Kokiri. I haven't seen one of you guys since, Ocarina. And he's a cheerful fellow, isn't he? Yeah. We all know the Kokiri can live a long time as kids. Yeah. So anyway, pretty much the same shtick. Find the one who holds the instrument, bring him here. And his instrument is a leaf violinist or celloist or some kind of string instrument. And I think we can all guess who we have to bring here. Now you may hear that his version is a more cheerful version of the song that we heard in Larudo's chamber. In fact, both of those songs are a variation of the prologue theme that we heard at the beginning. You know, the one that tells the tale of the hero of time, how he vanquished Ganon, and then Ganon's return, and then the flood of Hyrule and all that stuff. So, I think that's a nice little subtle note, a nice way to connect things to the past and all that. And of course, Fido's version's more like majestic and happy and jolly, because, well, I mean, it's a little celebration of how things lived, celebration of life. Like, more like, don't be sad, be happy, for we have lived a good life. And Larudo's is more sorrowful and all that. It's like, well, depressing and stuff. But hey. you know, I kind of don't like to talk about death in a way, because death in general makes me sad. It makes everyone sad. And once again, I am rambling on. So, let's go to Forest Haven and pick up Makar. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's the guy, right? Because he's different, and he's kind of an outcast, especially with him playing the music, because, I mean, same thing with Medli. I mean, usually outcasts turn out to be someone special later on in Link's adventure, don't you think? Alright, like Medli, Makar will be relocated to a special place on his island. Now, what we could do is we could go all the way up to talk to the Great Deku Tree to ascertain Makar's whereabouts. But we're not going to. In fact, I know exactly where he's going to be. And as soon as we get up to this ledge right here, I will show you. I mean, it's so easy you can possibly find it. You see those waterfalls to the left? Makar is actually behind one of them. In fact, the one on the right. And you can see the musical notes to pretty much say, "Here I am!" And how to get in there: take the grappling hook, grapple the beam right here, and just swing on in the waterfall. Whee! Alright. And the reason Makar is here is because he is practicing for next year's festivities and all that. And that's good for you. You need to practice because, well, you don't want a bad performance. I mean, he's a good violin player, but he just his brethren need work on the singing. Alright, so yeah, and you may have noticed here on the conductor selections that there is now a violin with the Wind God's aria, so yeah. And here's the thing, I don't believe it's possible to get Makar to the Wind Temple until you beat the Earth Temple, because I think the game is designed that you have to go to Earth first and then Wind. So, yeah. Of course, I never saw anybody do that before. I mean, if it's possible, viewers, let me know. Well, anyway, just pull out the Wind Waker, play the Wind God's aria, and we're going to have another performance, folks. And this one's going to be quite special, in fact. So, yeah. And of course, he will remember, hey, this song was familiar. I'm going to play it now. Thank you, invisible audience. Yeah, folks, it's actually in-game clapping. I did not edit that in. That's weird. Anyway, Makar's like, oh, I'm the Wind God Sage. Take me to the Wind Temple right away. And we're going to do that. And just like before, we will reappear at the boat. And Makar will actually be on top of Red Lion's head. Bizarre. And wouldn't he be much safer inside the boat itself with Link? Because what if something were to happen? What if he were to fall off or something in the water? But for some reason he stays on. Alright, anyway, we're heading to the Wind Temple, hooray. Oh, hi Windfall Island. Nice to see you one last time. And goodbye, because, yeah, we're not going to see you again. Alright, now as I sail offward towards Gale Isle, I might as well go ahead and read you the Fishman comments, which is pretty much stuff that we've already know. Are you thinking you want to get into that cave, Small Fry? The one that's protected by the crazy winds on that island? Heh heh heh. Okay then, let me tell you a little secret. If you go 5 squares south and 1 square east from here, you'll reach Ice Ring Isle, where you'll find an item that will make you as heavy as stone. If you get that item, you won't have to worry about getting blown over by winds. Alright. There. Done. Don't need to say it anymore. Sailing! See, my video is going to be... This playthrough is going to be shorter than my Ocarina and Majora's Mask playthroughs. Mainly because I've cut out a whole bunch of sailing. I mean, if I left the sailing intact... I mean, we would be here a while, folks. We would still probably be at... Where would we be at exactly? Well, we would definitely be past the second visit to Forsaken Fortress. Maybe. Who knows? Or maybe at the second Forsaken Fortress. Or maybe even Tower of the Gods. Who knows? Alright, rambling over. Here we are, back here at Gale Island. And, yeah, just like Medley before... Mackar will serve as your partner for this temple. And I'm going to tell you folks that Mackar is, well, he is useful in some areas, but not as useful as Medley. Medley can help you glide, she can help reflect things, and she can fly very well, well-ish. But, I mean, I'm not saying Mackar's all bad. I mean, he still has his uses. He's just, well, we'll see as we go into the Wind Temple. A little deja vu here. Yep, stone slab destroyed as before, and which has a leaf violin as its mark instead of a harp for obvious reasons. So yeah, this is it. This is the last temple we need to go to restore full power to the Master Sword. Isn't it exciting? We're almost done with this game. See you in part 30 for the Wind Temple.